After 5 years lying in wait, The Nun is emerging from the shadows to scare us once again. Are the first reviews a blessing? Or is the movie getting a demonic reception? Here's what audiences and critics had to say. The Nun 2 marks a comeback for one of the Conjuring universe's most prolific ghouls, Valak, the sinister demon played by Bonnie Aarons.
This thing, it's come back for me.
The sequel picks up the story of heroic nun sister Irene and her probably possessed bestie, Frenchie, 4 years after the original film's ending. Franchise newbie Storm Reed joins the cast of the sequel, alongside Chronicles of Narnia alum Anna Popplewell. The Nun 2 has gathered buzz for a few reasons, including the fact that it's the first Conjuring universe film to get all the fanfare of a major release since 2019's Annabelle Comes Home. The third Conjuring film, initially delayed by COVID-19, premiered simultaneously in theaters and on the streaming service HBO Max. Critics were less than enthusiastic in response to it, and amid the pandemic, it didn't get the big communal experience horror fans love to see at the theater. Luckily, The Nun 2 is here to fix that. Maybe. Even within the ranks of Slash Film's own staff, The Nun 2 has proven divisive. In his review of the film, Jeremy Mathai pointed out that the sequel is unambitious compared to past installments of the franchise. He wrote, "Despite packing in a number of nifty scares and establishing a tone that overtly embraces its own absurdity, the film's inescapable connections to the overall franchise hinder its goals more than it helps." Mathai said the film starts strong but grows more predictable as its runtime wears on, and he ultimately gave The Nun 2 a 6 out of 10 rating. Slash film writer William Bibbiani was even less complimentary, tweeting, "Say what you will about The Nun 2, but it somehow manages to be generic and absurd. Impressive." Bibbiani noted that heaps of praise should go to the inestimably talented Thaisa Farmiga and highlighted at least one enjoyable set piece. But his ultimate conclusion was that this isn't the Conjuring films at their best. Writer and editor BJ Colangelo, meanwhile, was a bit more positive about the film, noting via Twitter that she enjoyed The Nun 2 more than the first one and found a few jump scares quite effective. While she does note that the story occasionally felt like 3 different films fighting for the main plot at times, she had praise for the performances. She made special note of Storm Reed, whom she calls a welcome addition to the Conjuring universe, and Bonnie Aarons, whom she notes is a treasure. Based on Slash Film's first reactions alone, the movie sounds like it's far from perfect. But what are other critics saying? Well, they're divided too. Alan Zilberman, who reviewed the flick for Washington City Paper, wrote on Twitter, "The Nun 2 is a vast improvement over the original, because it internalizes the wicked silliness of its demonic monster. She has more in common with the Babadook and Pennywise than Pazuzu." In her review of The Nun 2, IndieWire critic Allison Foreman points out the film's, quote, "oddly pearl-clutchy approach to Christianity," but she also calls the movie a redemptive triumph for The Conjuring's merciless Mother Superior, portrayed once again by the devilishly divine Bonnie Aarons. Foreman wrote that the movie is exposition-heavy and not much scarier than past installments, but overall seemed to have a positive opinion of the movie. Movie Marker writer Dimitri Kraus seemed to be of the same mind as Zilberman, as he tweeted that The Nun 2 is a total blast, spooky, surprisingly gnarly, and delightfully self-aware. Kraus complimented the film's apparent references to Italian horror films, concluding, "Screenwriter Akela Cooper brings much of that malignant energy to the Conjuring universe, and I can't help but admire the commitment to the bit." Gabriel fans, that's your cue to get to the movies. Stat. While critics are mixed in the film so far, fans seem pretty into it. Former Love Island Australia contestant Rachel Evren shared photos from an Australian event for the film, tweeting that The Nun 2 is what the original Nun movie should have been. While Evren said she has some questions in regards to its continuity and storyline aspects, she called the movie terrifying. Though Evren says the movie isn't perfect, she says she dug the inventive jump scares, great suspense building, and great horror aspects. A Twitter user going by Cape of Infinity echoed similar sentiments about the film's scariness, posting, "The Nun 2 was alright. Better story than the first, but overall felt rushed. Some scenes were terrifying with jump scares, but that is it." The user also noted that no Conjuring-verse movie has been able to top the original in terms of quality, something many of us can agree on.
How'd it go?
Oh, I think you may write a positive article.
Ooh, a non-skeptic. It's a pleasant change.
Love it or hate it, The Nun 2 is in theaters September 8th, 2023.